everyone. So today we have Nimisha, who's currently pursuing her M.Phil from RML Hospital, and she has now become a good friend because that's you all know that's how I work. I make connection and then
That I
I
agree.
prepare content so that you people can benefit. I wasn't able to, but you can. So she has very gracefully agreed to help you all by answering all the questions that you have sent me. So today here we have Nimisha. So Nimisha, what led you to pursue M.Phil and that too specifically from RML Hospital? Was there any other college that you had in mind or RML was your first preference?
Okay. So firstly, hi everyone, and thank you for having me here. And I have agreed because all I also wanted to do this because M.Phil is such a thing that we don't have much information on, and there are no sample papers and everything. So it's better to know from someone who is an insider in M.Phil courses. So yeah, so my journey. I wanted to be a clinical psychologist from the day I decided to pursue psychology. Okay, like in my undergrad. So obviously the path is long, the journey is long,
Yeah.
and with the time that I continued in this course and continued my journey, my urge of becoming a clinical psychologist even grew more. So that continued, and in masters also I had specialization in clinical psychology. I have done my masters from North Campus, Delhi University. So even my interest in the subject grew more, and then later I gave few M.Phil exams, and then I realized that there is a lot to be worked upon. And then I took a year and strengthen my concepts and clarity and everything. And then I gave a couple of more exams about like the prestigious government institutes because it was my thing. It was my thing that I wanted to be in a hospital setting, then a university setting, and yeah, RML. Luckily, I got RML, and then yeah, the journey continued.
Luckily, how generous of her to say luckily, because she herself said that it's been a year that she took that break because she wanted to have that thing कि मुझे करना ही है, मुझे hospital setting में जाने है. So
Yeah.
obviously it was 1 year hard work along with 3 years of graduation plus 2 years of
masters.
Masters, and then 1 year of rigorous practice. So all that. So congratulations
Thank
for
you.
that.
Thank you.
And as you mentioned that you took 1 year break, right? We'll come to that later. But what was your preparation like? Like, how did you prepare for it? And I would also want to know further, like, what were the other prestigious government institutions that you were looking for?
Okay. So firstly, preparation strategy is the main thing in preparing for any entrance exam. So I did not take any coachings. There are a lot of coachings right now, and nothing against them. They are doing very good job. A lot of students are cracking the entrance exams after taking coaching from them. But with me, it was like a lot of reasons that I couldn't take coaching, and I am very like a pride person for myself. So I had this thing that I don't want to invest a lot of money in coaching because we as psychology students, we anyways invest a lot of time and money in our education. So then I started when I was in my second year of masters, and I started from scratch. And with me, the thing is that I have to get deep into it to get something. I cannot do from the surface level. So then I firstly I researched for books. I watched a lot of videos like these. Then there was a list of books that I wanted to buy. I bought them, and then I studied them. I made notes of it. So that I don't have to go through books again and again because that is very time taking. Going through your notes is actually pretty much easier. So I made handwritten notes of all the subjects, all the chapters, all the syllabus that was there. And with M.Phil, there is no precise syllabus like NET. So you have to see कि कैसे आप कर रहे हो. So basically what I did, I was targeting NIMHANS and IBHAS and RML and GMCH also I gave the exam. These 3-4 institutes I was targeting. So when you are preparing for M.Phil, firstly look at the syllabus. So what you can do is for M.Phil, if like NIMHANS is affiliated to Christ University, not affiliated, but the syllabus is pretty much the same. They follow the syllabus of Christ University. IBHAS follows the syllabus of Delhi University. RML is pretty much DU ka mix, and RML also provides syllabus. When they provide the prospectus, they have the syllabus in the prospectus. GMCH follows the syllabus of Punjab University. So go through the master's syllabus, and in that way you can have a little bit concrete syllabus. And then firstly take good books, refer to good books. With books, I think I took for general psychology, it was Atkinson and Hilgard. And for social psychology, the basic Barron and Byron. For clinical psychology, it was Carson and Butcher. And then psychiatry ki book hai Neeraj Ahuja. And then DSM and ICD. then clinical हो गया, then personality psychology में it's Papley and all's theories of personality, then developmental psychology में it was I think I'm forgetting the name, Laura Burke, I refer to Laura Burke. And then there is developmental personality biopsychology में I refer to Callett, James W. Callett, and there are other students I have heard good reviews for Pinel also, John J. Pinel or something. And then for statistics, Miniam and King, and research के लिए A.K. Singh. Psychometrics, again stats, research and psychometrics are the topics that don't have one particular book related to psychology. So Unacademy also helped me a lot. I refer to Unacademy tutorials for Hafsa Malik, and then there was one more classes going for M.Phil as well. It was catering to clinical psychology, not research or any other subjects. So I studied from that, and then this way I formed all of my notes. After that, there were repetitive question solving and all. I took one mock test series also from Psychiatry. Okay. So that also helped me a lot. If like they see the video, I'm very thankful to them. And yeah, so this was my books. And strategy, then again, it was like 3-stage strategy. First, you read the books, you make the notes. Then secondly, you revise it. Thirdly, there are like question facts. Like I said, question solving is very important. So you get a lot of extra facts from the questions that you solve, because now you have a syllabus this much. When you solve questions, your knowledge base increases. And then with MCQs, it's like if you don't know a question, right? And you don't know the answer to that question, there are 4 options. Now you don't know the 4 terms. So when you solve that question and you search for it, you have 5 different topics that you know of now. So then you have to revise them a lot as well. Keep repeating it so that you know what the knowledge, the new knowledge that you are gaining, you are retaining it here. So because revision is very important, no matter how much you study, it's very important that you keep revising it, because there is no point of completing your notes and filling like tens of registers but not revising it, because if it's not retained here, it will not be in your exam as well. That's
so much. So much of practice.
Yeah, M.Phil requires that. M.Phil is, I mean, because we have so few institutes in all over India, and right now, by God's grace, it's increasing. But like government hospitals and all, we have very few. And then seats are even less. So it requires a lot of effort. Yeah.
Like right now, I think they only took 8 admissions RML.
So
with the seat of 12, I guess.
Actually, 12 seats are there in RML. 8 admissions were because they took a lot of time in declaring the result and then actually counseling the students. So that happened because of some NEP and everything. They had their issues in that. So 8 students took admission. Then after that, 2 also joined from the waitlisting candidates as well. So right now we have 10 students, but the seats are 12. But still, seats are very, very few. In GMCH, I think there are 7 seats. In IBHAS, there were 12. In IMANS, it's 30. The maximum is over there. IMANS and CIT. Same in past weeks, 8 or 12. So it's same everywhere, 8, 12. That's it.
So a lot of people get confused because there are different universities, and different universities are having their own exams for M.Phil. So what do you think is the pattern of M.Phil exam for different colleges, or is there a common pattern?
Okay, so there is pretty much the common pattern. It's not like you have to prepare differently for different institutions. And there is a very big misconception that in M.Phil clinical psychology, they ask a lot of clinical questions. It's not like that. Even with my experience, I have seen this. Research, stats and psychometrics are asked a lot. And all of the psychology students have this notion with stats, research and psychometrics that we don't know, we really don't know, and we suffer in that. So pattern is pretty much the same, mix of everything. Not that it's clinical psychology, so it will be catering to only clinical. It is everything. And in IMANS, the question paper level is quite good. In terms of you will like solving that paper. IBHAS ka paper that I gave was pretty much scattered a little bit. In terms of we know what important topics are, but IBHAS can ask like from very different backgrounds. So IBHAS you can't really predict. GMCH goes into your basic concepts. So that is very good because they see do you know the types of research, its applicability and everything. So GMCH it's pretty much basic concepts. RML also same thing, but RML this time had very tricky questions. Like I gave RML exam 2 times. First when I just completed my masters, and secondly this time. So first time it was very basic questions and very concept level questions, but this time the questions were very tricky. So there, and also I've seen the difficulty level of M.Phil examinations are also increasing day by day due to the increasing popularity. So this is the exam pattern generally.
So basically, for the admission process, like generally there's an application process, right? You apply for it, and then there's a written exam, and then there's an interview as well.
In some institutes.
In some institutes. Otherwise, like the written exam is all that you have, and then according to that, there's just a list.
Yeah, so pretty much that's it. You have the written exam. First you have the applications out, then you have to fill the applications obviously, and then there is written exam. Then, and also a lot of institutes don't have centers. So you have to go there to their institutes, like Nimans, so you have to travel to Bangalore. RML had centers. Ibhas had 2 centers in Delhi only. So people had to come to Delhi. Then GMCH mein you have to go to Chandigarh, GMCH Hospital. Rinpas mein you have to go to Rinpas. CIP now provides center. And these 3, 4, 5 institutes that I have gone for, it's also Calcutta University also. They also take their exams in Calcutta. And there's LGBRH in Tezpur, Assam. They also take their exam in their state only. So you have to see the logistics and everything. So you would give the written exam. Then in some institutes there are second step, which is interview. So then the finalist comes. Like in RML there was interview. It happened at Safdarjung Hospital. And
I think usually wahi hi hota hai.
Because the dean of admissions of our school, School of Humanities and Social, School of Paramedical Sciences basically, sits in Safdarjung. So the interview happens over there.
So what was the ethos of the interview room?
Yeah, actually it was quite chill.
And how many people were there? Like
I think it is a panel. It is a panel of I think 4 or 5 people. The dean of paramedical sciences is there. The HOD of the department is there, and there were 2 people more. I don't remember who they were, because you are very nervous when you are going for interview. But because HOD is with us only, so I recognize her, and dean of paramedical sciences. And interview was actually, they were not really grilling. They were asking very good questions. And whatever you were answering, they were probing you on that. So that's what happened. And nobody came out crying and all. It was good interview. Everybody who was coming out of the interview room was saying the same thing, that it is quite good. Whatever you answer, they will probe you on that. It's more like Viva, but it's just a panel sitting there. And they actually check firstly your concept clarity and how much passionate you are. Because they don't want to waste their seats as well. It's such few seats. So they check if you are coming from, say, Lucknow. So Lucknow mein KGME was very popular for M.Phil. So they ask you that what if we provide you the seat and then you go to KGME because it's your native. So they check whether you are actually passionate about their institute and their course.
So do you remember like what interview question was asked to you, or like people who were there, maybe they were discussing, or now you've taken admission to unhone bataya your friends?
I don't remember much. They asked me firstly that why I want to do M.Phil. I am pretty much like typical questions of school of thoughts, and if you are saying that this is the school of thought I follow, then why do you follow it? And then they have given some situation and said ki analyze it in this term of school of thought. This has happened with other batchmates. So these were the questions. Whatever you were saying, they were probing you on that.
Yeah, because like I also remember one of our friend has joined the M.Phil exam and M.Phil program at RML. Anil. So he was also sharing his experience, and then he told me that during his
They were together when we were giving interviews. He went and I was sitting outside, so we had
so he was telling me that for his interview, because he was very very nervous and he was shaking, so they offered him water and they were asking, okay, if some client is there with the same situation, anxiety, so how will you treat? And then he was able to answer, because he had also done a similar kind of assignment. So I would say that whenever you're doing your assignments and everything, don't do it like me with blind eyes closed. Sometimes I think we do. Sometimes we do.
All of us do. We have so much.
We are in such a hurry and there's so much work.
So much workload.
So you never know what information that you are gaining might help you at what stage. So that's how it helped them. So thank you so much. So coming to the next question. Currently, as it's been, I think 1 month for you?
No. It's been 4th month about to be 4.
Oh, nice. So 4 months at RML. So what is your experience of considering M.Phil program at RML Hospital? What is your learning, and what do you think? How do you think it is different from your previous graduation and post-graduation degree that you have taken?
Good question. Yeah, because a lot of people have this dilemma that how is it M.Phil different from your master's in graduation. So, okay, my experience at RML, it's been pretty great. RML is a lot of learning for sure because it's one of the prestigious hospitals in Delhi, and it's also a center of mental excellence, which means that they provide disability certificates. And it's no other hospital here. For earlier Ibahas also I think used to do it, but now they have stopped. I don't know. I'm not very sure.
They have.
You know? So RML is the only hospital where you can come for a disability certificate. So we get a lot of client patients who are there for disability. So by the time we will pass M.Phil, we have like implied this specialization in disability as well. So it's been pretty great in RML because it's a government hospital. People from different strata come to the hospital. There are people from poor socioeconomic background, but then there are people from middle and richer ones as well. Because in a lot of setting, the management or people, they don't allow private setups certificate. They need the government setup certificate, so they come to RML. So it's been pretty great. We have seen like a lots of disabled children. That has been really great because interacting with them is a task, and that you learn very easily at RML. You don't even know when you are learning it, but then you learn it very easily. And then disabled study, then neuro patients are there, then psychodiagnostics are there, personality assessments, you do a lot of personality assessments over there. Then very good thing about RML or the government hospitals is that they have wards. So we are actually seeing the ward patients as well. We do their psychodiagnostics, we do their therapies as well. Like the second year is doing it. I'm in my first year, so I'm doing my assessments right now. So we do the assessments and everything. So it's very good learning. And also it is in collaboration with the psychiatrists also. So all the SRs, all the GRs are there, all the consultants are there. So it's very good.
And I think the best thing is because it's in collaboration with the Psychiatry Department. So even when I was doing my internship, I used to see that the people, the professors under which you are doing the training, they used to be very much, normal, understanding all the medicines that were. So just looking at the the slip that they had. So looking at that, they would be like, okay, he has been diagnosed with this particular disorder by the psychiatry department. This is what the therapy session that we need to plan.
Even we go on ward rounds together in the morning. We go, psychiatrist and the psychologist, all of them go to ward round and we discuss what are the medicines that are going on, then what are the therapy techniques that should be happening, and then what is the history of the patient, how is it, what is the personality assessment and everything.
I think वो बहुत amazing हो जाता है कि
it's a good learning.
Because I think the people are they also the same, like are they doing their course of psychiatry department?
The MD students are the GRs, first year GR, second junior residents, then there are SRs who are working over there, then there are consultants.
So with them only you are collaborating so that you can plan the therapy sessions in a much
the best intervention required for the patient. And it's free of cost, so all of the people come from different strata and it's very good. And coming to the second part of the question, that how is it different from a master's, it's very different. Don't ever think that it's very similar or something, or you have done master's in graduation.
I actually know the answer, but still
for other people, So in graduation and masters, we are studying. It's academics training, okay. But in M.Phil, it's a clinical training along with your academics. So it becomes very hectic. And especially if you're going to a government hospital setup, there are no academic days allotted specifically or separately. You have to do your academics along with your clinical training. So it's like we are seeing patients whole day, and then after 2 p.m. we have class. And then you have to wrap up all the patients by 2 p.m. so you can go and attend the classes. So these things happen, and you don't get a lot of time here for your personal things and everything. So, and you basically, I come here, like I live 5 minutes away from RML, so there is no traveling time involved. All of my other batchmates are also travel to different areas of Delhi. So I came here by 6 p.m. And after that, I'm so mentally drained looking at 7 patients in a day that you don't get time for yourself. And
please don't think 6 patients are less, just letting you
know. All the psychology students would know how difficult it is to give that disability.
But for graduation students like M.Phil who are doing M.Phil, they would still understand. But someone who's in graduation or someone who's doing the masters, they might not.
6 patient requires at least 2 hours of your time to do the whole assessment part, and you don't have that much time, but Have to.
Yes.
Because it's the test that requires admission. So you have to like very juggle between the patients and everything. Then you come back, then you have to do the scoring, you have to do the reports and everything, and then you have to study as well.
Yeah.
Because studying is also a part of the M.Phil program. So it's very hectic.
Yeah, and at the same time, like when they are doing all the assessments and they cannot make any error because it's a registered organization.
You have to be on your
कोई भी
toes.
कोई भी error होगा, so the certificate, अगर किसी का disability certificate बनना है और नहीं बना because of a error made by someone, then that person is answerable because they have their stamps.
So you are dealing with their lives basically.
And at the same time their whole RCI license will be at risk because they have their stamps on each paper. Like okay, this I think what's written here?
Yeah, so in my stamp it's like Nimisha Srivastav, PGD trainee at RML Hospital.
Yeah, like so they know that which trainee has done the assessment. So
also it basically you are also ethically you are dealing with patients' life. One certificate will give them disability for the whole rest of their lives. And they are coming from that kind of a strata where the 1500 pension is a big thing.
Means a lot.
So you have to be really on your toes that you don't make any errors and also do everything that is required.
Exactly.
So it's a hectic course. Don't take it just for the sake of taking it. It's the next step after masters. If you are really passionate about it, then only take it. Otherwise, you will end up burning out yourself, and then it like some people also leave M.Phil in between, and that's also a very big loss for the institute, for the person who was actually passionate and couldn't get in. So decide first that you really want to be in this course.